Right now, I think this is the best value electric car you can buy in the United States. Unfortunately, you can't buy it in most other countries around the world. It's a bit of a disappointment, really. General Motors used to be this global car company. They used to sell cars in Australia, they used to sell cars in a lot of places. They don't sell them anymore. Anyhow, Chevy Equinox is currently $10,000 off its normal price. 10,000 US dollars is a lot of money, guys. If you're in Australia, that's like $16,000. Huge. Huge, says Trump. Anyway, yeah, Chevy Equinox, would you buy one? Well, me, first of all, I'm going to get out of the way. Would I buy an Equinox EV? No. I think it's a really good price. But for me personally, I want something a little bigger, a little more boot space. That's my next car. Yeah. But if I didn't have an EV, and I couldn't get something, I couldn't afford something bigger that's, a lot more expensive, then yeah, I probably would. I probably would, because the price is very, very good. The Equinox EV is now one of the most affordable EVs you can buy in the US. That's 20% off, guys, off MSRP. And I should mention, though, that's for 2026 model. So that's for last year's model. But it's not really any different to the current model. I can't tell really any real significant differences anyway. Now, the way they've done it is there's $8,750 in customer cash, plus an additional $1,250 in conquest cash, which is ridiculous, because some of the marketing terms that companies use when they talk about, I've seen it from numerous manufacturers over the last, 4 or 5 years. They'll say, you get this in this bonus cash, you get this in this bonus thingo. And you're like thinking to yourself, how does that work out? I mean, do they actually do I pay and then they pay me back, or what happens? It's just confusing. But anyway, ultimately you get a $10,000 discount. Although the max $10,000 discount is only available on the RS model, Chevy increased the savings on the LT1 model to $6,500 and the LT2 to $8,000. So RS model, $10,000 discount, LT2 model, $8,000 discount, and LT1, $6,500. So it probably makes the RS model the best one to get, considering it's got the biggest discount. But here's the thing. The base model now, front-wheel drive, the Chevy Equinox EV LT front-wheel drive, by the way, I wouldn't buy a front-wheel drive, it's now $30,300 US dollars, which is actually a very good price for the size and specs you get. And that means it's actually only about $1,800 more than the Chevy Bolt. So yeah, you're much better off getting one of these than the Bolt. It's actually a significantly better car. If you'd like to book a paid consultation, you can do so, and I'll put a link in the description below. If you want advice on what electric car to buy, solar systems, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. The Equinox LT1 front-wheel drive has 319 miles of EPA range. It's got good range, guys. That's legit real-world range you're going to get. More than, probably going to get a real-world 500 kilometers of range. So compared to the Bolt with 262 miles or the Leaf with 303 miles, this is just a really good deal. It obviously has more space than those cars as well. It's a bigger car. It's got 102 cubic feet of total passenger volume. And the Bolt has 96.6. So actually interior volume's not that much bigger. It's about 5.4 cubic feet bigger. The Nissan Leaf, though, is much smaller than either of those cars at 92 cubic feet. So if you're comparing this to the Nissan Leaf, this has 10 cubic feet of space more in addition. So it's about 10% bigger on the inside, which is actually more than you think. So the range, base model, 319 miles. LT1 all-wheel drive. So if you add all-wheel drive, it's 307 miles, and it's an extra couple of $1,000s to get all-wheel drive. LT2 front-wheel drive, 319 miles. LT2 all-wheel drive, 307. RS front-wheel drive, 319 miles, and the RS all-wheel drive, 307. So guys, if you think about it, the RS model now becomes all-wheel drive, 38,900 for all-wheel drive in the RS version. That's actually an extremely compelling deal. And I've got to guarantee you guys, General Motors are losing money on that deal. They're basically handing money to you if you walk away with one of these cars at these prices. There is no way they aren't losing money on them. Anyway, Equinox has a really quite a big touchscreen. It's a nice touchscreen, 17.7-inch screen. And the Bolt has an 11-inch screen. So that's one big advantage. Now, I should mention that the Tesla Model Y and the Hyundai Ioniq 5 both have more interior space, particularly the Model Y, which has significantly more interior space. But they are a little bit more expensive though. Power. The front-wheel drive version, I don't recommend getting that, by the way, but if you want to, you can. It has 213 horsepower, front wheel drive. 236 pound-feet of torque will do 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 miles an hour in 7.9 seconds. And the all-wheel drive version has 288 horsepower or 333 pound-feet of torque, 2 seconds faster, 0 to 60, which happens in 5.9 seconds. And it has a bit less range though, unfortunately, at about 285 to 300 miles, depending on which model you get. Now, what about charging? Well, DC fast charging is 150 kilowatt. Not great, to be honest. For 2026, not great, but it does add 70 miles of range in 10 minutes under optimal conditions. Home charging is pretty good though, 11.5 kilowatt home charging. So you can add about 34 miles of range in an hour at home, where most of your charging is going to be done anyway. Now on the top trims though, the home charging speed on the RS version is 19.2 kilowatt for AC charging at home. Now, in addition to that, all of them have a NACS port on them. So that's a good feature. You can plug straight into Tesla's charging network, which is definitely the best. Size. On the outside, it's actually a similar size. In fact, very similar size to Tesla's Model Y. A bit smaller on the inside though, as I mentioned before. It's 190.4 inches long. That's 4,836 millimeters. Wheelbase is 116 inches. That's 2,950 millimeters. Cargo space, 26.4 cubic feet and 57 cubic feet with the seats folded flat. There is no frunk, which is strange. It should have a frunk, but it doesn't. There is Google built in, Google Maps, Assistant, and Play Store, and there's a driver's display, which is 11 inches. There's also Super Cruise available on most trims, offering hands-free driving on over 400,000 miles of mapped highways in the US and Canada. Can't say I've used it though. So at these prices, it's an excellent value proposition, guys. What are your thoughts? Is this a car you'd consider? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Guys, if you want to install solar panels, a home battery, or a home charger, the best way to do this for your situation is to go to the links in the description below, and they'll take you to a page where you can compare everyone. So depending on it doesn't matter where you live. A lot of people email me all the time saying, well, what solar system should I get? Who should I go with? What battery should I get? What electric charger should I get? Well, click in the links in the description and you can actually compare all the different choices and find the best deal for you. I'll put that link in the description below. Additionally, there is a battery savings calculator link and also a federal battery rebate calculator. I personally have found that I'm not paying for electricity at all, and that's including charging my 2 electric cars and also running my home power, my home sauna. Nothing, not paying anything at all. And I think a lot of people are getting misled. They think that getting a battery is not worth it. Actually, I think it is worth it. So those links are in the description below.